Hello, my name is Leonardo Sierra. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm in ninth semester, and also I would like to show you the place where I did my pedagogical practice 1. It was in the Instituto Pedagogico Nacional. This school belongs to the state. Also, for that reason, the funds that they have are coming from the government, for the central government, the country. Also, this school has some links with the Universidad Pedagogica. In fact, most of the teachers that are in training are students from the university. I was the only one from the UNAD, so I have a chance to meet other students. The school has all the levels of education: preschool, primary, secondary school, and special education for people who suffer for some syndromes or situations that they're not allowed to be in a normal education. Well, my practice I did it most of the time in 7th grade. My supporting teacher was in charge of 702, 703, 704, and 801. Also, she was in charge of an elective course about academic writing. That was for 10th and 11th grades students. Also, I had the chance to go to the classes for as an observer. And I was in charge to do the classes. Well, my first class was in 702 and then in 703. In 704 and 801, I was just an observer and helping her with some activities, for example, writing some exercises, giving some guidance to the students in case that she has to do some other activities with another one. So I have to help her with that situations. During the practice, I think that I changed a lot of my concept of beliefs that I used to have before doing the practice. For example, I thought before that teaching in a school was just giving the class and that's it. But at this moment I saw that there are a lot of things to do. And this situation happens because I have to to attend to the breaks. For example, the break going for doing some surveillance. Also, I have the chance to go for some meetings of Community 4, which belongs to 7th grade. The communities in that school are groups of some school are the way that a school has divided the courses. For example, community. The first community is for first grade and second. The third community is for third, fourth, and fifth grades, and community for the fourth community is for 6th and 7th grade, and that goes on until 6th grade. And the community 6 will be a high school, 10th and 11th grade. And the 7 communities is for the special education. That's something as a summary. Well, another situation that I was able to be is that and these meetings that as a English teachers, there's a meeting for the area, for the subject area. So in that meetings, the teachers discuss, for example, what activities are going to be for next year, which student need an extra help, well, and a lot of activities. Also, some duty suggestions that may have the teachers to about the operation of the school, for the coordinator or the headmaster, or well, any inquiry that as a teacher we may have. Well, another situations was that I was able to be was when I went to the academical council, something like that. In that case, the coordinator asked for the advice or comment the situation of the students that have made some problems about if they have some problems, for example, misrespects, or they hurt anybody just with words, so hitting him or so repeating him or her. Well, that kind of situations. In that kind, I went to that meetings. What else I did? Well, a lot of that kind of thing. About my action plan, I think that there are a lot of things that I have to improve. I have to improve, for example, my voice regulation. Sometimes I don't breathe properly, so that doesn't help me, and I will suffer some throat ache. So my voice start to go down. I feel tired with my voice, so it's not a good thing in a teacher. Also, because of that, I have to improve my group management. However, I cannot think that all the students are going to be quiet, and they are not going to make a noise. They are students, they are young, they are even more when they are from 11 to 12 years old. So it's not an easy task, and no one, I think, that there is no any teacher that will do it. Also, I think that sometimes I forgot to write the date in the board at the beginning of the class. For example, I didn't take in once I didn't follow an instruction that my supporting teacher in the school told me, that she recommended me to generate extra activities for the class, or plan B, in case that anything can happen, or for example a student or the student, there are some students that have an over level than their classmates, so they are going to finish first the activities. For example, you have activity for 10, 15, 20 minutes, they are going to finish in at the half of the time. So that's kind of thing that I have to improve it. I try to do it. It's not an easy task. You have to have a lot of activities in order to solve that kind of problems. And if you don't have that kind of activities, that the student is going to walk around, disturb the others, and they are going to make more noise. What else? I have to improve something that has been a problem for me. For example, when I go into writing the word, sometimes I tend to make one word from two words. So I used to link it, putting it to not leaving a space between those words. Sometimes I write the A like an U, for example. So that kind of situations are confusing for the students. Well, whereas I have to improve some my knowledge about the language. I cannot think this is the best. Sometimes I think this is the best English, that no one is better than me, but I have to realize that I'm not the best. They have to keep studying, I have to keep learning the language, I have to keep reading. That's a way that I have to improve my knowledge of the language. Reading books, newspapers, say articles, well, that kind of activities. I think that that will help me in order to improve my level of English. Also, I think that trying to speak it more. I think that probably I speak it well, but not not all people is perfect. Not anyone is perfect, and I have to recognize it. Well, what are the challenges for this school? The most challenging issue for future English teachers. Wow, I think that future teachers have a lot of things to do. The students are not the same that many years ago. They are not going to stay quiet. They have a lot of sources to find out information. In the time when I was a student, I didn't have internet, so the internet was just beginning to use it. So it's not the same the way that I learned the language and the way that students are going to learn. Nowadays there are many apps in the internet, or many apps that they can use it in the cell phone in order to learn the language. There are many courses, there are many teachers, there are many situations that as a teachers we need to be aware that it's not an easy task to be a language teacher. However, I think that we have in charge a lot of things that, for example, the education of the children, giving some advice how to learn the language, and we have in our hands that many of those students are teenagers in the future may become English teachers. So that depends in the language teachers to create in the students the love that we may have about the language. And well, the difference between myself before the practice and nowadays, I think that I think I have changed totally my mind. It's not an easy task to be in front of class. The first class I remember that my mouth were shaking, my legs too, and in my last class I was too relaxed to do it. And when you are relaxed, the goals go on in a way that you don't even imagine that you can be that kind of person. And well, I think that's all. I think that my experience was amazing. I think that I didn't take it as something bad. I take it as something that I'm going to have fun by having fun learning. That's why I really enjoy my practice. I love the students I got, and that the students changed my mind, changed the way that I teach now, changed the way that I think about languages. So I'm just happy about the practice for that. All the things that I was able to learn during those 3 or 4 months that my practice lasts. So I have to be grateful about that. So bye bye, thank you very much.